G'day, it's Jay and welcome back to Derriere Farms, where we're going to take another look at the equipment of Silver Run Forest. And this is one of those I wish I had known videos. And I would like to thank, I can't remember which user it was that pointed it out to me. But I wish I had known about the Damcon PL75. Now, I knew it from base game, and because it was base game, I ignored it. I didn't think it would work with the Platinum pack, but it does, and we're going to very quickly go through that and what the advantages of it are. If you like how-to videos and you want to learn more about how things in Silver Run Forest work or Farming Simulator 22 works, make sure you subscribe to the channel to be notified when the next video comes out. Alright, so I assumed the Damcon PL75, because like I said, it was base game and all I had ever used it for were planting these type of saplings. The large ones. I mean, these ones do have an advantage in that you can quite easily see where you planted them, but they don't have the new tree types. Whereas these small lizard saplings do have the new tree types. So I went ahead and I purchased a small pallet of Ponderosa pine for this demonstration. Now, if you remember during my initial tree planting video, well, the video where we looked at how long it took to grow trees, I used this beast to plant my tree saplings because I assumed, rightly or wrongly, and we'll just assume we'll fill that with a couple of trees. I assumed that was what you needed because it looked perfect. However, this has a couple of disadvantages to it. One, getting around the map is fairly slow. And then we'll look at the other disadvantages in a second. The next disadvantage is that you constantly have to keep it lined up. Now, remind me before the end of the video, I'm also going to show you guys a new mod that came out in case you haven't discovered it yet. It is the hand planting mod, which is also very handy if you have small spaces to fill in. And we will go over that very quickly. So, like I said, with this one, you have to basically line it up nice and square to the ground and go ahead and plant. It's not going to be a problem right here because this is nice flat land. See, tree planter had contact, but it doesn't anymore. So we had to lower it down. Now, the other disadvantage is if you come to an uphill, because it constantly needs contact with the ground, it can get stuck. You have to raise it. So you're constantly fiddling and adjusting height ratio. So that's the only disadvantage to it. Like I said, otherwise it's fantastic. And I will tell you the one advantage after we take a look at the other at the Damcon. I'll tell you the other advantage this has over the Damcon, as well as telling you the advantages the Damcon has. So let me switch over to the Damcon. Okay, so here we have a pallet of small ponderosa pine, and like I said, I just assumed they wouldn't fit. They weren't designed for this, but boom, there you go. You've got, well, if it was still a full pallet, you'd have 240 saplings ready to go. Advantage number one of this device is it'll work on a low horsepower tractor. It'll even work on the Volvo that you start out with. I mean, don't expect to go up any crazy hills with it, because 120 horsepower is pushing the limits of the Volvo. Like I said, advantage number two is you can zoom around the map fairly quickly based on the speed of your tractor. Second, you just lower it, turn it on. Now I do have the speed limiter enabled on this one. But as you can see, it's planting saplings as we go. That's why it's at 11 miles an hour as opposed to 8 miles an hour. Like I said, I have the speed limit. So we've already planted quite a few trees. Seven, 6. It turns really easily, just like the other one does. But because it's small, it will also fit fairly neatly in between your other trees. So you have the advantage of not having to have a huge beast of a machine to plant your saplings. And I've tried it out. The saplings will grow just as well with this machine as they do with the Volvo. So we'll turn that off. Like I said, the advantage is it's 120 horsepower, so you can use it on your initial starting tractor. It's $26,000 to buy. It's even cheaper to lease. Now, when I first started out playing, like I said, I wish I had known that that would do the job. Because there were several times, I mean, I couldn't quite afford, when I was starting out, I couldn't afford to buy this. So I ended up spending, well, we'll take the grapple off and we'll put the fast coupler on. So the lease on this is $13,285. Then you have the lease on the header. Again, not that expensive, $3,500. Okay, so you're at $13,000, $16,000, almost $17,000. So you're $10,000 shy of what it costs you to buy the other machine. The advantage with the other machine is you have it for $10,000 more. You don't have to keep renting and leasing the Roostech with the Volvo until you actually have the money to afford it. Just to give you a little bit of a further demonstration, like I said, the Volvo with the Roostech header would go into conniption fits going up and down this hill because you would constantly have to be changing the height and the distance of the header. With this one, you're basically doing it at double the speed. Now, I know, like all things, there are going to be people out there that agree with me and disagree with me. But I think the fact that this will work perfectly on a hill is one of its advantages. Its disadvantage, if you really want to get into close planting, like you want to plant your trees very close together, it has a further separation distance between tree planting than the Volvo. The Volvo will let you plant trees as close together as, well, within reason. The game calculates the distance between the last tree you planted or trees in the area, and it won't let you over, well, I won't say, yeah, it'll let you overplant, because I've seen people with huge drops in frame rates. And again, just to demonstrate going up this hill, yes, we don't have fantastic speed. In fact, it's struggling. But the Volvo would also be struggling going up and down this hill. Best if you can go side to side. Like I said though, I really like the fact that you don't have to keep adjusting it. So I'm done with this now. I'm done with the Volvo. I mean, it was, like I said, this was just a demonstration test to show you the difference between the two machines. Like, both have their advantages, don't get me wrong. I really do like the Volvo. I think it's great. I just wish I'd known that this machine would take the small saplings, like I said, when I started. And I've actually used it a couple of times now, in areas where I want to do some high-speed planting. Or I have areas in the map where I want to plant and I want to be able to move to the next area fairly quickly. Alright, give me 1 second and we'll get set up with the hand planter. Okay, so let's go ahead. The hand planter, it's actually something you buy under, not under productions, but under tools. And you place it somewhere convenient. Like right beside your house. Very simple. It's cheap. It's $3,400, as you saw. Not much. Your biggest expense is going to be saplings. Take the shovel. And now I'm loading regular spruce saplings. Because they were cheaper to buy the pallet. It doesn't, I guess it didn't really matter because I'm on my test map. So no, I don't want to return equipment. I want to, come on. I think I'm too close to my, okay, so just a little bit off. Once you get into position, you got the option, as you can see, to remove from storage. And you right click, storage is empty. No. It was just a little bit too close to the other, so they were conflicting with each other. Right click to remove from pallet. You now have 10 saplings. And if you want somewhere small, I guess is the word to put it, or somewhere delicate to be able to plant your saplings, this is the perfect tool for it. And It takes longer, it's a little bit more of a pain, but it's kind of handy. And if you're role playing, it's also really good. The other thing I like is we don't own this area across the bridge. See, you don't have access to the land. But you can press comma and you can activate free mode. And it will let you plant outside of your own owned area. If you have somewhere in mind that you think could use a couple of extra saplings for later on down the road. And I got one left, so let's find a spot for that. Let's put it right. It's going to be close, but it should be okay. Like I said, same thing as the other planters. If you get too close, or you run out. If you get too close to another tree, so it's going to be interfering with each other when they grow, it'll turn red and it won't let you plant. So those are your 3 tree planting options. Obviously, hand planting saplings, if you're really stuck for money when you first start out, great way to go. I wish I had known about the Damcon being able to take and they will all take the new tree types. I just, like I said, for the hand planting, I just chose spruce because it was the cheapest one. But it will also take ponderosa pine and lodgepole pine and even the sequoia. The Damcon, like I said, I wish I had known about, because I wouldn't have rented 2 or 3 different times the great big Volvo. I would have just used the Damcon till I got to the point where I had a large enough area that it made the Volvo worthwhile. Because I hate leasing things. Because it's not money down the drain. It's just, you're putting money towards something you don't own. Anyway, I hope this helped you out. I hope you learned something new. Thank you for watching and take care. Jay.